In the Eastern Roman Empire, church and state were never truly separate realms. Christianity was the official religion of the empire, and emperors believed that their authority came directly from God. As a result, they did not see themselves merely as political rulers, but as guardians of Christian unity and orthodoxy. Bishops were consulted, councils were summoned, and theological debates were encouraged, but when disputes arose, it was ultimately the emperor who decided the outcome. This system placed the emperor in a unique position as both secular ruler and the effective head of the church. Church leaders sometimes resisted imperial decisions, but emperors possessed the power to enforce their will within the empire's borders. The structure of the Eastern Church reflected this close relationship between imperial power and religious authority. According to the Council of Nicaea, 4 bishops held special status within Christianity: Rome, Antioch, Alexandria, and Jerusalem. 3 of these sees lay within the Eastern Empire and therefore operated under imperial oversight. Their bishops came to be known as patriarchs, senior church leaders whose authority extended beyond local congregations. During the 4th century, a 5th patriarchate rose rapidly in importance: Constantinople. As the imperial capital and political heart of the empire, the city naturally gained ecclesiastical prominence. The emperor preferred to work through the Patriarch of Constantinople because he was close at hand, easier to supervise, and generally aligned with imperial policy. Although the older patriarchs resented this shift, imperial backing ensured that the Patriarch of the capital became the leading figure in the Eastern Church. Relations with the Bishop of Rome remained respectful but limited. Eastern Church leaders acknowledged the Pope's historical prestige and spiritual significance, yet they rejected any claim that he had authority over the entire Christian world. Instead, they regarded him as primus inter pares, the first among equals. For centuries, East and West still belonged to a single Christian community, but beneath the surface, tensions were steadily building. At first glance, the differences between the Eastern and Western churches seemed minor. They spoke different languages, followed distinct rituals, and developed separate religious traditions. Yet behind these surface distinctions lay a deeper and more dangerous question: who had the final authority in matters of faith? Western popes increasingly claimed universal leadership based on their connection to St. Peter, while Eastern emperors viewed the Pope as simply another patriarch, subject to imperial oversight. This fundamental disagreement ensured that conflict was only a matter of time. The first major rupture emerged during the 8th century in a controversy known as iconoclasm, the destruction of religious images. As Christianity spread, churches throughout the empire became filled with paintings, mosaics, and statues depicting Christ, the Virgin Mary, and the saints. These images, known as icons, played a central role in Eastern devotion. Many believers treated them as sacred objects worthy of veneration. Yet not all Christians were comfortable with this practice. Some feared that icons violated the Second Commandment's ban on graven images and amounted to idolatry. In 726, Emperor Leo III acted on these concerns by issuing a sweeping decree that banned religious images and ordered their destruction. The reaction was fierce. Icons were beloved by ordinary Christians, especially monks, who saw the policy as an attack on the faith itself. Riots broke out, monasteries resisted, and tensions flared across the empire. Still, the Eastern patriarchs largely supported the emperor, and iconoclasm continued, with interruptions, until 842. The iconoclastic controversy badly damaged relations between Constantinople and Rome. Although imperial authority in Italy had weakened due to Lombard invasions, emperors still attempted to enforce iconoclasm there. The popes flatly refused, defending the use of icons and asserting their independence in religious matters. For the first time, the papacy openly defied imperial authority on a major theological issue. This moment marked a decisive step toward separation. In the centuries that followed, disagreements multiplied. Questions of authority, worship practices, and theology deepened the divide between East and West. Mutual suspicion hardened into open hostility, and in 1054 the breach became official. Representatives of the Pope and the Patriarch of Constantinople excommunicated one another, formally ending communion between the two churches. This break, known as the Great Schism, has never been fully healed. After the Schism, the Eastern churches became what we now know as the Orthodox churches, with the Greek Orthodox Church at their center. The Western Church evolved into the Roman Catholic Church, from which Protestant traditions would later emerge in the 16th century. What had once been a single Christian world was permanently divided, shaped by centuries of political power, theological disagreement, and competing visions of authority.